Greetings, Aerotainment fans. On July 21st, just before our preparations for Oshkosh, we were invited to Grissom Air Reserve Base to take part in a media ride on the KC-135. You can't do a ride without the briefing, so we got up early and headed out to the base, which is just about an hour north of Indianapolis. Some interesting facts about the base were shared during the briefing, and honestly, most folks don't give a lot of thought to the economic impact on a region that gets a base. But Grissom Air Reserve Base has an annual impact of over $100 million per year. Our host, the 434th, gave some history of their unit and explained their main mission to us. I recall making the statement to my fellow riders that it was hard to imagine that this all first took place in the early days of aviation with wing walkers and gas cans. And maybe I exaggerated a little bit. Wikipedia says it this way. Some of the earliest experiments in aerial refueling took place in the 1920s. Two slow-flying aircraft flew in formation, with the hose run down from a handheld fuel tank on one aircraft and placed into the usual fuel filler of the other. The first mid-air refueling between two planes occurred on June 27, 1923, between two Airco DH-4B biplanes of the United States Army Air Service. An endurance record was set by three DH-4Bs, a receiver, and two tankers on August 27th and 28th of 1923, in which the receiver airplane remained aloft for more than 37 hours, using 9 mid-air refuelings to transfer 687 gallons of aviation gasoline and 38 gallons of engine oil. Briefings aren't complete without some facts about the airplane that you'll be riding in. The KC-135 we took our ride on was built in 1962, which meant the plane was older than I am. The explanation of how important these lights on the bottom of the plane are doesn't really sink in until you're watching the B-52 lining up on the plane in midair. And the main part of the mission takes place through this tiny little window. No mission, even my work at the office, can start without a gathering around the coffee pot and some donuts. I assured my wife I'd be safe on this flight, and here is the picture to prove it. It took a while to get to the rendezvous point, so we explored the plane a little bit en route. Between the refueler, the KC-135 first saw service in 1957, and the recipient, the B-52 first saw service in 1955, the two models have over 100 years of service. And you know, the buff, that would be the big, ugly, fat fellow, looks a lot bigger on the ground. And this is my favorite picture from the whole day, and it was also the reason for the whole mission. Just a little bit further, you're almost there. When we finished with our mission of refueling the B-52, I got an opportunity to fly the boom. That's me in the middle getting my block of instruction. No, the B-52 wasn't back there. We had empty skies behind the plane, and that's Don Costanza from Flightline Radio shooting the video. The Indy Transponder would like to thank Lieutenant Colonel Lockard and Tech Sergeant Mark R.W. Orders Wampner for the invitation to join the 434th for the flight and for their efforts in getting this all coordinated. We'd also like to thank the flight crew for their hospitality in answering all of our questions, and to the two boom operators that endured our awkwardness in the cramped quarters at the tail of the plane, we'd like to wish you both the best of luck as you pursue your flying careers. One will be in flight school in the not-too-distant future. Both have already got their GA ticket. And finally, to all the men and women in blue, thanks for your service. I'm Mike Souders, and this is IndyTransponder.com.